Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and then peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, hearing this word in truth and sincerity. Okay, so, in this lesson, just going to pretty much go into how, our bread, our food is defiled, man, and as this article is going to go into, the things that are allowed in the food here in America are not in the U.S., man. And as a result of that, people in Europe, they're living healthier over there than we are over here, man. And of course, nothing's perfect. The food there is pretty much, it's not perfect, but it's miles better than what's here in Babylon the Great, and pretty much that's why, once again, a lot of people over there in Europe, they're living healthier. Some of the diseases that you hear of in America, you won't hear in Europe because, they got better food. They don't have all this, additives, pollutants, so on and so forth. But it says, check out these seven food additives that are banned in Europe, but commonly used in the U.S. So as the article goes into it, it says, Americans with health issues like gluten intolerance often notice that their symptoms go away when they visit Europe. The reason is that the American food supply is tainted with all sorts of toxic food additives that are banned in other countries, man. And what does this line up with? I'm going to go back to that Job. But when you go to the book of Ezekiel, right, I want to say the 3rd chapter. It's like at the 4th chapter. It says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, you are the children of Israel, and everything that Esau is doing to the food, to the air, all right, to everything in your environment, all right, is an attack on you, because Esau really want to do away with the Israelites. It says, eat their bread defiled among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And that's where we at, we're among the Gentiles. We're being ruled over by the heathen, and the basest of heathen, the worst heathen, the Edomites, man. And look what they're doing to us. They're defiling our food source. Things that we need, things that fuel us, all right, has become a weapon unto us. Okay, it says the reason is that the American food supply is tainted with all sorts of toxic food additives that are banned in other countries. One such additive is titanium dioxide, a whitening agent often added to American flour, bread, candy, boxed macaroni and cheese, canned soup, and prepackaged baked goods. So it's pretty much in all of our food source, everything that we eat. So what more can we do but pray to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai? The scripture says it's of the Lord's mercy. Let me see if I can find that. Of the Lord's mercy that we're not consumed. I know it's in Lamentations. It's in Lamentations. I just forget what chapter it was in. I want to say it's in the 4th chapter. So I can find it real quick. Goes into it's of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed. Something to that effect. This one is good too. Lamentation 3:26. It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord, and that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting to be, delivered and saved out of this man's hands, man. Out of this hellhole. Okay. Salakia, man. I'm trying to find that precept. Pretty much it goes into it's of the Lord's mercy that we're not consumed. Something to that effect. Let me see. Lord, mercy, consume. It's like, yeah, I can't find it. It's all the spirit, Yeah, I can't find it at the moment, but Lord willing, it does come to mind. But let's go to the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24, because this is doing it, the wicked, right? Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, who's the wicked? All right, who's controlling the earth right now? The so-called white man. All right, the Edomites. You know, the Lord, the Lord gave them power, and look what they're doing. You know, they're pretty much destroying, defiling, and pretty much trying to do away with everything that was called good, man. Okay, it says he covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, they covered the faces of the true judges, Yahweh Shai, the Israelites. You know, we're the true judges of the earth, man. And Esau Edom has pretty much, painted over it, put himself in that seat, you know. But the point being that the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now we know who the wicked is, the so-called white man, because he has the power to do this. All right, he has the power, Shalaka, he has the power, all right, to put these things in our food sources. And for what reason? To simply destroy you, okay? It says in May 2021, the European Food Safety Authority determined that titanium dioxide could be genotoxic, meaning it has the potential to impair DNA or chromosomes. So they know the danger of putting this in your food. Yet they still do it. Why? Because they want to destroy you. All right. They're intentionally, right? They're intentionally, destroying their citizens. You know what the scriptures say about that? You see, everything negative that the scripture says about the wicked, all right, is rightly so. Sirach 10 and verse 3, it says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Okay, so this is an unwise king right here. He's intentionally polluting the food source to destroy you. All right, if Esau was a wise king, he'd make sure that his citizens were in good health so that they can benefit him, so that they can, aid his empire. But what he doing? He wants the people in a dumbed down state. He wants the people, in a destroyed state, so he can control them more. But you would think that you'd want them in a healthy state so that they can benefit your kingdom more. But Esau Edom is just a wicked, unwise, sottish. He's going to do what he do, man. And that's why we need salvation. Because at the end of the day, this is not forever. This is going to end when Yahweh shall return, man. This man going into captivity. The next one on the list is BHA. It says, are two of the additives found in U.S. food, but not European food. These two chemical preservatives, which prevent oils from being oxidized, trigger immune effects and are potentially carcinogenic. Another big one is synthetic food colorings. While most other countries seem to use natural food colorings, the U.S. allows petroleum-based food colorings in foods such as yellow 5, and red 40, which are linked to hyperactivity and behavioral problems in children. You see, and I want to say, like, most of these is in the candies, the sweets. So once again, what more can we do? Everything that we eat is polluted here in Babylon the Great. So at the end of the day, man, we just need Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. That's what scripture says right here in the book of Malachi, the 3rd chapter. Malachi, the 3rd chapter, in the 6th verse, and it says, for I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Okay? So, hey, it's of the Lord's mercy that we're not consumed. Because if the Lord wasn't involved, Esau would have been done away with this, man. He would have been killed us off as a nation. Because this is what this man's whole inward motivation is. His drive is to destroy Jacob. He kept that perpetual hatred. The fourth one is BVO. It says it's used in U.S. beverages as an emulsifier, though it was successfully removed from Coca-Cola in 2012 following a massive petition campaign that generated more than 200,000 signatures. BVO is banned in Europe, but the U.S. Food and Drug Administration thinks it's just fine for Americans, even though BVO has been shown to cause neurological disease and reproductive harm, you see? So, it affects your mental, in a negative way, meaning that it dumbs you down, So Esau Edom don't want thinkers. If your mental ain't right, it'll be hard for you to think, and if it's hard for you to think, whatever Esau is doing, you won't even want to think about, how to overcome this man, how to protest against this man. Why? Because they got you in a dumbed down state. It says, watch out for tainted U.S. flour and bread products. At the end of the day, man, once again, it's all tainted, unless you're making your own bread. And even with the flour that you're making the bread with, it's already through. So, I'm not saying to give up, but, hey, look to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, to save us, man. It says many American flours, breads, and other baked goods are infused with ADA, a bleaching agent that animal studies have shown is an organ and cellular toxin, and that can also cause respiratory complications in humans. And this is why a lot of these diseases that you see here in Babylon the Great, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, all this is caused by the foods that Esau is tainted. All this is caused by the chemicals that this man have us consuming every day, man. It says the European Union prohibits ADA as a food additive there, but here in the U.S., it is used in all sorts of things, despite causing a significant behavioral change in rats fed a diet containing it, man. And that's why people are bugged out here. It just says a significant behavioral change, meaning that, these people's behavior are off the charts because of, whatever's in the food, man. These foods are putting demons on people. Let's get another quick scripture real quick. This is Psalms 23 and verse 4. It says, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which is talking about America, Babylon the Great, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. That rod and thy staff, they comfort me. And that rod and that staff is talking about the scriptures, because this is how we get our comfort. If it wasn't for us knowing the knowledge of these scriptures, man, we'd feel like, we were done. Every time we saw a news article like this, every time we heard of something that Esau was doing, we pretty much were like, God damn, and give up. But these scriptures, they give us peace and hope, knowing that this man's, rulership is almost up. When you think about like a staff, like when you think about like an old person, for example, he can't walk around unless he got a staff with him. Why? Because that staff, it upholds him. It helps him walk. So these scriptures, they upholds us. They help us walk in this valley of the shadow of death, man. And if we didn't have this rod and this staff to hold us up, man, we would have fell and stayed down. All right, but the water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that we have this comfort, man. All right, because Esau Edom is getting ready to do even worse than what you see him doing now. You see, number 6 says potassium bromate is another flour, bread, and baked goods additive that contains small amounts of bromate, a known carcinogen that has been banned in all European countries. California banned potassium bromate in October, though this will not take effect until 2027. Animal studies show that potassium bromate triggers the formation of tumors, while other studies show that cancers of thyroid, kidneys, and other organs are also tied to consumption of this toxin. Despite the significant evidence of potassium bromate's harmful health effects, the food industry has long argued that it is of no concern in baked products. All right, so they're going to keep ignoring it because they don't really care, man. The more people that, they can take out through the food, the better, because this goes into Esau's NWO to depopulate. All right. So one more, the last one on the article. It says number 7, RBGH, recombinant bovine growth hormone, is another food additive. This one used in milk and dairy products that is prohibited in the EU but allowed in the US. So once again, ask yourself, why is it prohibited in the EU but allowed in the US? If it's prohibited, that means that they know it's something in there that's not right. So we're not going to give it to our citizens. Hell no, we're not going to let that in here. All right, because we're not trying to have these diseases in here. But you know what? We'll let it go down in America, because we won't give a damn about them. And once again, this is why these people here in America, they're fucking bugged out. It says, while many milk and dairy producers in the U.S. voluntarily avoid the use of RBGH in their animals, others do not, which is a problem since RBGH has been linked to increased blood levels of growth hormone that can trigger hormone-related cancers such as breast and testicular. It causes a huge number of side effects in cows themselves and potentially has health risks for humans consuming these cows. It says, overall, the EU takes a more precautionary approach in banning the substance to prevent impacts on human health, Salakia. while the United States takes the approach of waiting until we see harmful effects before regulating. So like I said, they're not ignorant to this. They know what's going on because they're doing it. They've studied these things. Like it said in the article, they've studied this on rats. And they've seen the behavioral changes, so they know the kind of effects, that it has on people. All right, that it'll put on somebody. And then once again, these foods are putting demons on people, man. Okay, I want to go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus real quick, 39 and verse. So I can get it real quick. Verse 26, it says, matter of fact, verse 25, it says, For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, which is wine, and oil and clothing. All these are for good to the godly, so to the sinner they are turned into evil, man. That's what you see going on. The principal things for a man's life has been used as a weapon against people, man. Why? Because the wicked is in power. The wicked is out of his mind. Well, he's in his right mind because he's the wicked, man. But you know what I mean when I say out of his mind, bro. Because Esau, Edom, death to Esau, Edom is like drinking water. These people, they don't flinch when they see death. They don't flinch when they cause death, Cause, hey, this man gotta go. Esau gotta go, man. All right, Esau gotta go, man. And pretty soon he will. All right. Like the scripture says in Habakkuk, I will bear the indignation of the Lord, Micah, Salaki. I said Habakkuk, Salaki. It was Micah 7. So, Salaki for that. Micah 7 and 9. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, right? We're waiting on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to plead our cause and execute judgment for us, man. Okay? He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. All right? So pretty much, we're just bearing the indignation of the Lord. Cause that's the reason we're here in captivity in the first place, because we sinned against the Lord. But you know what? After the Lord pretty much is through punishing us, he's going to plead our cause and execute judgment on our behalf. Because Esau, Edom is not going to get away with, what he's been doing, what he sought to do against the people of the Lord. Eventually it's going to all catch up to him. All right, and there's no escape. One more precept, Lord willing, and then I'll just shut it down, Lord willing. It was edifying. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. So Lord is saying, rejoice. Are you Edomites, you so-called white people? Rejoice. Because your rulership is almost over. So live it up while you can. Whatever you think you got to do, you want to do it right now. Because that cup is coming your way. That cup of slavery, that cup of the curses, altogether the curses, all right, which slavery is part of, all right, you're going to have to drink of that cup and the dregs of it, okay? 22 says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished. O daughter of Zion, which is talking about us, the Hebrew Israelites, these so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, all right, our punishment is accomplished. So no more slavery, no more oppression, no more crime, no more sorrow, all right, hey, all that is going to be of the past. It says, he will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Okay, so, all right, the history of you Edomites, all right, is being discovered right now. But more so, when the Lord, bring judgment, and also in the kingdom, your iniquity, your wickedness is going to be discovered, man. All right, like I said, his wickedness is being discovered right now because Esau, Edom is being exposed heavily. But more so, in the kingdom, man, the Lord is going to reveal everything, Judgment is coming to the nation of Edom. All right, so, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim, or Kakodash, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.